Should we play this clip of Hasan because it's a little inspirational one?
Sure.
We should make it a little bit, and then we'll do a Russell Brand. We may have to replay the Hasan clip after that. Hasan went to Cambridge, not the one in Massachusetts, but the one over on the other side of the pond, as it were. He quoted Michael Brooks too. Maybe we should let's play both these clips. Hasan is there.
I love that he did the professor look too. I mean, he knew what to wear for this kind of event. Like, he's nearing a tweed jacket there. It's not quite tweed, but very professorial, Hasan.
I like it. Is amazing that they have sport coats like that you can actually get around. The guy's massive.
He's so big.
Yeah, he's tall.
His arms. I can't believe it's loose around the arms. Go ahead.
Why don't you calm down over there?
And I stand before you following the footsteps of intellectual giants as nothing but a simple man who understands right from wrong. And sometimes that's all that matters. In the words of my friend, the late great Michael Jamal Brooks, there's nothing complicated about apartheid. The morality of it is clear. If the roles were reversed and a captive Jewish population of 5 million people were being systematically starved, sieged, and dominated, everyone would understand what's going on. Its ancestral lands being destroyed, everyone would understand what's going on. So in his words, it's not a complex issue. It's super simple. It's the most powerful country in the Middle East. It's backed by the United States, the most powerful country on the planet, and it acts on another population of people with total impunity and is never held accountable for anything. Well, I guess some things are changing in that regard, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But there is no symmetry in this relationship, period. That's what Michael Jamal Brooks said. So I see no need for obfuscation, no arguments for complexity, no reasoning for preemptive genocide. Israel is an apartheid state, and its inception was a violent one with the forced displacement of 700,000, which gave birth to a settler colonial entity that continues to dominate the lives of more than 5 million Palestinians under its illegal occupation, totaling 15 million Palestinians around the globe that are permanently displaced. Its demographic concerns is
good for him. Citing Brooks. Michael would have liked that. Many people have watched that clip of Michael Brooks saying that. And Hasan went on to basically with a message of hope, as it were. It is completely understandable that people are feeling a little bit exhausted already and demoralized, and but there's plenty of examples in just the U.S. history alone of times that were even more despairing than we should now. And in many ways, we have more mechanisms for people to influence outcomes of things like happen with our government. And so here's Hasan wrapping up in Cambridge.
People are distrustful of the news. Platforms like Twitter routinely surface the worst of the worst kinds of content, but the most divisive, most hateful content. But Elon Musk is not the only person responsible for this. And I hate Elon Musk, okay? I hate Elon Musk as much as you guys hate Oxford College. I heard that if I say that, I'll get some applause breaks there. So that was my exit ramp. But it's not just Elon Musk, it's not just Twitter. It's happening all around. Young people, men in particular, who don't have much education or literacy skills with no hopeful prospects of the future are being propagandized by waves of right-wing influencers who have never had megaphones this loud. Although this issue most often gets brought up in the context of the 2024 election and Donald Trump, there's more to this. I think it's important to connect it to Palestine as well. These are forces who want to normalize the current levels of violence and to convince people that actually it's good to be this bloodthirsty. While it was Joe Biden who gave Israel the blank check with which to commit a genocide. That decision has created an entire galaxy of right-wingers who are actually in position to cash it. And cash it they are, currently. If you've seen the Donald Trump cabinet picks, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The traditional forces that could keep this kind of thing in check, particularly in politics and in media, are unfortunately weak. And they're getting weaker by the moment. They're out of power. They're broke. They're technologically weak. They don't understand the space. They don't understand the online content creation sphere. And I feel like they've, most importantly, with their coverage of Gaza, discredited themselves to an entire generation. It seems right now that those people who genuinely desire for a better future, who want an alternative to the genocide, will have to start looking amongst themselves, looking within themselves, their friends, and away from the mainstream if they want to help bring something like justice into the world. So I stand before you as a man who simply wants some semblance of justice for the Palestinians. I urge you not to lean into nihilism and succumb to helplessness, because you do not need the academic pedigree to know right from wrong. All you need is your moral compass. As someone who has seen the Palestine question evolve over my past 10 years of public advocacy, I never would have imagined international organs demand legal restitution from America's most valuable asset. After all, there are decades where nothing happens, and there are weeks where decades happen. Thank you.
Good for him.
That's great. It's great. Hasan is getting more coverage, more attention. Him being on PodSave, him going on with CNN and pissing off Bakari sellers. I didn't even watch that. I was like, this will put my blood pressure way too high. But I did see, of course, he's jumping on criticizing any kind of systemic critique of the Democratic Party, which it's like seems like 80% of cable news hosts are on that track. He should be getting even more attention because he's doing great work. Great job, Hasan.
Yep. The biggest, the biggest left streamer, YouTuber, whatever you want to call it, in the world?
Definitely in like U.S. politics.
Good stuff. But we may have a little antidote for that too.
What'd you say?
We may have a little antidote for that. What's this? Yeah, here we go. It's too bad Matt's not here. Matt was raised, did you know, by Russell Brand.
Look, like Matt, I was a big fan of Russell Brand. I read 2 of his books. I saw his stand-up in Atlantic City with my mom. My mom, he had pictures of Jesus and Che Guevara on the stage and made some, risky jokes about Christianity to the point where, people in Atlantic City who I don't think knew what they were getting into when they went to his show, they were just there to gamble, walked out and were heckling him, and they were, older white people upset with how he was talking about Christians and Jesus Christ because he was subversive at that time. Guess not now, huh?
Well, listen, a lot of times you may run into a situation where you have been accused of what was he accused of?
Sexual assault. Yeah.
And that cuts into, what you may be doing. And so a lot of times what people do is they'll run to get some type of redemption and find a, new audience simultaneously. And thus I give you Russell Brand.
I've paid for sex before. I've slept with. I will not say I've slept with prostitutes because I would not denigrate those women with that term. I prostituted them. I participated in sin. I objectified them. So keen to worship at false altars that I allowed myself and other people to be denigrated. I desecrated his code. The one word that hit me so hard in Corinthians when Paul says to them, did you not know that your body is a temple. It's the did you not know that gets me. Did you not know that your body is a temple? Did no one tell you that it's sacred, that you are beautiful? You can't have known, otherwise you wouldn't live like that. You can't have known that you are loved, so loved that he would do that for you. He did that for us. Let's not carry on doing the stuff that you got nailed up there for. Did you not know that your body is a temple?
I mean, look, Russell Brand is bouncing around looking for he, in some ways, he had sort of like a certain self-righteousness before, and now it's just a righteousness that he found in a different place that is going to be helpful. I don't know. People are saying like he's acting, and I don't know.
It's not that it's not that simple. People can convince themselves of things when it's necessary. It's necessary. The idea that he's just saying that, I prostituted them and I need to redeem myself. In 2006, when he was 30 years old, a now woman claims that he assaulted her when she was 16 years old and still in school.
Well, let's talk more about when I did the prostitution.
There were other allegations by a girlfriend at the time. In 2012, a woman alleged that Brand raped her against a wall at his Los Angeles home in July 2012 after she refused to join him in sexual activity with a friend. She told the Sunday Times that she went to a rape treatment center the same day and had therapy for 5 months. And the records that were given to the Sunday Times show that she did contemplate civil or criminal proceedings, but decided against it at the time. Tim Pool would say that if she had gotten pregnant from that rape, that she had failed her duties to society and needed that baby as to be born.
Well, I did say I've objectified women.
I know.
Right?
I'm redeemed.
So let's not get into the details of the whole thing.
I mean, there's more. There's more than the ones I just listed. But
did you not know? I mean, apparently you knew, and people reported me.
Right.
But let's just pretend no one knew. And now I get a get out of jail free card because I found jail, J, Jesus, J. Jesus. Both.
His body is a temple, but apparently not the women who he allegedly violated. Their bodies are
now
more
I said I objectified them. I objectified them. So I'm okay now.
I feel pretty comfortable.
I've been reborn.
In saying he's a delusional narcissist.
Yeah.
I feel pretty comfortable in saying that.
Well, we'll see.
And there's no, as you've said before, what was that guy that went after Tony Dokupool? And he was a convert and was the converts are the freakiest. They're the most, late religious converts are the ones that are the most dogmatic and the craziest.
Our incoming vice president being born again.
Yep.
Vance.
Thanks for reminding.
Yeah. Those are the ones. They go at it hard. You're looking for something to lean on. That'll be it. Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.